Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. Super to see everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're having a great Sunday. It is a breezy Sunday morning here in Myrtle Beach, and I am wanting to talk to us today about confidence. I guess I'm thinking about breeziness and eagles and wings and flying and courage and all those kinds of awesome things. Just wanted to ask you today, how are you? Are you flying, or do you feel yourself in a place of hesitating, avoiding the things that you really want to do? Do you feel like that you just have total and complete confidence to do it? You know what you want to do, and you're just doing it. Or do you find yourself hesitating and avoiding? And I can tell you that in my life, I have really gone through a hard time in my life where that was really where I lived. And I get there still every once in a while, but I wanted to talk with you about what I have learned that has really helped me so much, and maybe it would help you too. As you can note when you go back and you look at my post, the hashtag is I am getting better. And that really has been my life song for especially the last several years. But there was a time about 6 or 7 years ago when I really was going through a terrible, dark time. It was a bad time for me in my life. I really thought I had lost who I was. I lost the confidence that I had in my abilities and in my giftedness. And last Sunday, I hope you enjoyed our Sunday morning moment as we talked about giftedness and what are your two areas that are your most gifted areas. I really just kind of felt like that I had lost mine, and I was in a really dark place, and it lasted about 3 years. I didn't really know I was in it. And it was a terrible place to be in. And because I didn't know I was in it, I didn't know how to get out of it. I just was surviving. And I know that there are probably a lot of us that live through that and experience that. And, it's just the fact that we're humans. And I think we have to quit being so hard on ourselves that we have to be perfect. But I want you to really grasp this. This was the thing that I learned, that I was just doing a lot of things in my life that were not serving me. And when we are in a place of discouragement, when we're in a place of not really being ourselves, not being our best selves. And good morning to everybody. Thanks so much for everybody popping on. Please just say hi to me below if you would in a comment. I would appreciate it so much. I'd love to connect with you. But I was just in a place where I wasn't really doing things that served me. I was, when we're not in a good place, what do? We run, we hide, we get mad at everybody else. We, as they say, fight or flight. We fight and we get mad, or either we just run away and hide. And some people use alcohol, some people use drugs, some people just stay angry nonstop all the time. And this is what I would do. I would be sitting and doing stuff and trying to make forward motion, and I would just get overwhelmed. I would just think to myself, oh, Sandy, you can't do this. This is too much for you. This is not possible. I mean, I'd be saying all these things to myself that at that moment in time, I really felt like they were true. And rather than just sitting there and even realizing that I was talking bad to myself and have bad self-talk. You ever talk bad to yourself? Do you ever have bad self-talk? And you don't even pay attention to it. You're listening to yourself. That girl on your shoulder who talks trash to you, or that guy on your shoulder who's talking trash to you. And you just let her talk. You just let her run. Let her run, girl. And I would just let her run, and I would let her talk to the point that I would just go to my drug of choice. Now, this is a funny one for a girl in the South, okay? You ever heard of Pepsi Cola and peanuts? In the South, girl, we love our Pepsi Cola and peanuts now. That means you take a bottle of Pepsi and you take a pack of salted peanuts and you pour them into Pepsi and you drink your Pepsi and your peanuts. I did that all the time as a kid. As we were out working in the tobacco fields and all these places, we take our little break, girl. I get me a Pepsi Cola and a pack of peanuts. I'd be good to go. Well, that's what this adult girl did when I was going through a hard time. I literally would get a Pepsi Cola and a pack of peanuts. I'd go to my bedroom and I would just sit and watch TV. And that was my drug of choice. Now, that might be a first for you, but hey, it is what it is. Whatever your drug of choice is, that's what it is. It might be the TV. It might be whatever. But I want to encourage you today. This is what I was not doing. I was not listening to myself. Number one. Number two, I was not watching myself. I was not looking at what I was doing. Not only was I listening to that girl on the shoulder who was talking trash, and I just let her run, and I just let her keep talking, and I didn't shut her up because I just thought it was, I guess I just thought it is what it is. But the second thing I didn't do is I didn't just watch myself, because this is what happens. And sometimes I catch myself doing this on a daily basis too. So I just have to keep watching myself, and I hope that you'll watch yourself. And I would just avoid. You ever want to go do something and then you say, oh Lord, I just need to put the dishes in the dishwasher. And you go put the dishes in the dishwasher. Well, listen, good morning, everybody. Please say hi to me. I just am so appreciative of you writing me a comment, sending me a little like button. But who wants to go wash the dishes? But you know what? Rather than go do the thing we really want to do, we just avoid it and we go do the dishes. Who wants to go clean out the garage? Nobody. But what do? We go do things to avoid doing the thing we really do want to do. I want you to know that that when I began to really listen to the girl on my shoulder, and when I began to watch what I was doing around me, then I became very self-aware, and I started listening and I started watching. And then I started doing one thing that I hope that you will start doing. I had to start talking back. Hey, you know, when we were growing up, you didn't talk back to your daddy. Ooh, girl, you know what I'm saying? You did not talk back to your daddy. You did not talk back to your mama. You did not talk back to your teacher. You did not do that. And so we kind of let that little girl run, and we did not talk back to her. I'm going to tell you, girl, boy, friend, whoever you are, human being, you better talk back to that person on your shoulder. You better tell her, shut up. Get off of here, out of my life, run her off. I'm not joking. Loud and proud, run her off. You tell her, you have no place in here. Get out. That was then, and this is now. That was then, and this is now. You do not let her keep talking. You shut her up. You say, I know who I am. God is good. I am good. I've got this. I am safe. I am secure. I am more than enough right here and right now to do everything God's called me to do. I am loud and proud, and I am doing it right now. You see, everything I'm saying is I am. And that's what you have to believe. You have to believe who you are. And you have to believe, number two, that God has called you to it. That this is who I am. And I hope you'll go back and watch last week and figure out what are my two gifted areas. Because this is who I am and this is what I do. Shut up. Get off the shoulder. I'm not listening to you any more. You have no place in my life. So get off. Talk back. And you got to talk back in such a way that you now are proclaiming who you are, and you are confident in it, in who you are and who's God called you to be. And you have to be confident in the fact that this is what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm confident of this. You've got to have that confidence by talking out loud back to her, to yourself, retraining your brain. And you got to, number three, most important thing, you got to know who the Almighty God is, that He is right here, right now, and He is more than enough, and that I'm more than enough, and He's more than enough. He's not gone anywhere. He's standing beside me right here and right now, and He is on my side. He is for me. And when God is for me, nothing else matters, because God is showing up today for me. I am loud and proud on who I am and the confidence I have in myself and the confidence that I have in God has called me to this and the confidence I have in Him. Be an eagle. Do you know your confidence is literally on this breezy day? Your confidence is the wings that you have to soar. When you are not confident, it is like your wings are tucked underneath you and you are afraid to spread them. If you are not in action today, if you are avoiding, if you're going to do dishes, if you're cleaning out the garage, if you're going to fold the laundry, if you're doing anything else other than what you're supposed to be doing that you want to do, that you know you're called to do, girl, talk back and pay attention to what you're doing. Another little thing I've done is that if I'm sitting still and I think of what I need to do, I get up immediately, like a rocket taking off. Get up right now. Get up right now and go do it. Or if I'm being busy and I'm getting crazy and I'm being in chaos and I think about what I need to do, sometimes I'll just go sit down. I'll just get quiet and say, okay, this is who I am. I am. I am. I am. And this is who God is. I am. I am. I am. And gain the confidence you need today by talking back to yourself and knowing who you are, knowing what God's called you to do, and knowing who He is in your life. And rejoice today. Have confidence and spread those wings, eagle, and fly. You've got it today. You are more than enough today. You are more than enough right here and right now to do everything that God has called you to do. So spread those wings and fly. Have an awesome week. Much love. Please share if you feel like you want to. Please send me a comment. Much love to you. Blessings to you this week. Love and prayers.